guys, this is Fish Food with Bottom of the Map Productions, and we are inside Jabu Jabu's belly. Now, this is the third dungeon and the final dungeon as a child. Before you get started, make sure you equip the Deku Shield, because you cannot really use the Hylian Shield while you're in here, and that makes this game a lot easier, because you got the Octoroks. Now, once you beat those two, use your slingshot to shoot this little tonsil thing. Maybe it's the uvula. I hope he doesn't puke, because I had to get swallowed to get in here. I'd rather come out at my own power, which you can leave the dungeon at any time just by walking to his mouth, which is kind of crazy. You're gonna go in through here, and this dungeon is pretty straightforward. You walk into this room, and oh hey, we found the princess. Now we can get out of here, right? Nope, think again. Never that easy. Letter in a bottle? I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, we've heard this before. Your father's worried about you. Oh, you don't care. Ooh, she's a rebel. And then she's gonna walk and get herself, falling through a sinkhole looking thing. So we're gonna go after her, because why not? Make sure you push forward to, not take much damage. Talk to her again. I think you have to talk to her twice, maybe. Yeah, I know, he's very strange. There's electrified jellyfish and strange holes, da-da-da. Can I skip this? No, I can't. Of course not. Yeah, talk to her one more time. Talks about, no, I'm not really that worried about you. I'm just after something, and you're in the way. I can't get what I'm after unless you fucking cooperate. Oh, so she's gonna sit down. Fine, I'll carry you where I'm going. This sounds like a really bad rape joke. Rape isn't funny, you guys. I'm not gonna worry about killing those things. If you do get hit, you'll just drop Ruto, and they don't do very much damage anyways. Alright, now, in order for you to do this, you need to throw her up there, because there's a few things you need to do before you complete this little room. Go ahead and kill this guy, and I'm going to go ahead and get one of my empty bottles equipped, because there is a fairy in this room. Put him right there. Step on this switch, and you want to move fairly quickly. And you don't have to kill any of the enemies in here, so I'm not going to. And you'll have to press that switch down again, because it took you a little bit to actually, get up there and all this. Well, now we have a fairy. And free slingshot bullets. I'm going to go ahead and set something else to my C button. That way I don't accidentally use my fairy when I don't want to. I don't know how many times I've done that. I've had a fairy set to one of my C buttons, and I forget and think I'm using my bombs, and I actually just healed myself when I'm already at full health. So pick her up again, and we're going to continue on. That's Skulltulla number 26, by the way. Now you can do something very creative here. You can throw her at this little tonsil thing, and I think I might have killed that bubble. Oh, I got close. Well, anyways, you throw her at the little tonsil thing and head in here. Now, as soon as you get here, drop her with you and use your shield, and you'll kill that little Octorok thing. In that little hole that you see, it's not really worth it to go down in there. There's just a ding Deku scrub that sells you Deku nuts. So if you need Deku nuts, which that's like the one item I literally never use in this game, I just don't see the need for it. Sometimes it comes in handy. I might use them when I get later on, just because it makes the battle easier, and I'm going to probably show off a couple strategies. But you're going to head over this way, and we're going to head the exact same way we took to find her in the first place. Now, there's a lot of jellyfish, so kind of avoid them. Don't fall in these little holes. And you want to head inside this little place here. Don't stand in the middle of that, or you'll get electrified by that jellyfish. Once we're in here, take a left, or right. Now, you can't kill these guys yet anyway, so don't even bother. And you need both of your weight to get over her. So open that door and then head in. And I'm going to go ahead and drop her because I think there are, yeah, there's those little barracuda looking things. What are they called? Stingers. Wait till they stop their little movement, because they're kind of invulnerable when they're doing that little wave thing, which is kind of, kind of dumb, but I believe there's one more. Nope. Oh, wow. I just happened to be exactly where the chest was. Well, now we are going to get the item that we need in order to beat this level. In every Zelda game, especially the more recent one, starting with this one, in each dungeon you find a item that you need in order to defeat the boss, and mostly to progress through the dungeon. They give you an item, they have you practice with it, because they give you situations where you need that item in order to progress through the game. Oh, and I just collected a magic jar. I'm surprised I haven't collected one since, but those restore your magic power. They give you an item that you need in order to beat the game. They let you practice with it, and then you actually have to use it for real with the boss. So we're going to head to the opposite side, and that's one way you can kill those guys. They die on contact. They kind of self-destruct. But you want to stand on this little thing, and it's a pressure plate, so as soon as you move, it's going to reopen. So leave her there. She's going to get pissed when you come back, but that's okay. And then you want to kill this thing. Get just close enough to where he comes down after you, and as soon as he comes down after you, drop your boomerang. Or throw your boomerang. No, you don't drop it. Hit him 4 times, and he's going to spawn the chest that has, I believe it's the dungeon map. Yes. Believe it or not, we're already almost halfway done with this dungeon. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and head out of here. And she's going to get pissed because we left her behind, whatever. So talk to her, and then pick her back up, and then head into this door. The little tentacle thing that was there is gone because we cut the tail. Yes, it'll work with the other ones, but we're not doing that right now. Alright, now you have only a limited time to kill all these things, but fortunately they die pretty quick when you use the boomerang. Or you can just run into them and slash them with your sword, but when they die, they explode on contact, causing damage. It's not really the most effective way to do it. I mean, it works 100%, but it also drains your health a little bit. There's one more in here. Alright, once you get that done, another chest will come up, and this one has the compass. In case I haven't already explained, the compass allows you to see where each room is, and where you are in the room, and also where the chests are hidden in each room. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the princess again, and then we're going to head basically to where we were before. If you label each little entrance door from left to right as 1 through 5, we're headed into door 4, because we've already been to door 5. Another way you can kill those little tentacle things is you can use the boomerang, but I don't find any reason to do that because it's not really worth it. And don't want to throw her because she bounces and it's not really. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and kill this guy exact same way you did before. I think there's 3 tails in total, and they each have 3 hits and then they die, and nothing special spawns up here. So you pick him up, or pick her up, sorry. I didn't mean to call you a hermaphrodite. I apologize, Princess Rudo. And then you're going to head to the very middle one. Now in here, there's going to be one more tentacle tail. But in this one, there's also a few little jellyfish you need to kill. I usually focus on the tail first. unless they get close to me, which these ones are, so I'm going to go ahead and take them out real quick. And if you're, if you're quick, the tentacle won't be able to hurt you, so. But there's all 3 tentacles. So we're going to pick the princess up one more time. And then we're going to head straight south and head out of this dungeon. And try not to hit those things. I hit one every single time I enter this room. I have the worst luck tonight. That's okay. So you're going to head into this little hole right here. You're going to drop her, and then you can use either the boomerang or the slingshot to kill these little Skulltullas. The slingshot's a little inaccurate because you have to manually aim at the Skulltullas. You can't lock onto them. For this one, I just use the slingshot because I can just straight up shoot them like that. But you can target their tokens, which is nice. Because trying to use that boomerang to collect something you can't physically lock onto is a pain in the butt. Go into this room and it triggers a cutscene, and this is where the mini boss battle happens. It's like the first real mini boss in the series or in the game. I think the game that actually has the best mini boss combination is Majora's Mask, because there's several dungeons where there's like 2 or 3 mini bosses, but that's to make up for the fact that there's only 4 dungeons. It's the only thing I don't like about Majora's Mask. This one has, let's see, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if you count the bottom of the well, and 10 if you count Ganon's castle. So there's quite a few dungeons. There's a lot of puzzles. So when the cutscene ends, walk towards the little pillar she's on, and it'll disappear. And I love how there's spikes and they're just digging into whatever part of this fish there are. I've never seen a fish with so many rooms and doors inside of him. It's just weird. I don't know. Now there's several ways you can beat him. The best way I've found is to let him hit you, and then throw your boomerang as soon as you stand up, and then slash attack him. You'll lose a maximum of about a heart if you do it right, because he's literally a joke of a mini-boss because he dies after 2 jump attacks. Another thing you can do is you can try to chase him, and that takes forever though. Now that that's over, I'm going to go and collect these hearts real quick. Stand on this little elevator and head through the door. And I think there might actually be a fairy in one of these jars. There's some Deku nuts. Yep, there's a fairy right there. And I have a free empty bottle. Perfect. Well, you are mine, pink fairy that restores life. I'll probably never use him because I don't die a whole lot. But this is a very tough boss, and I do have quite a bit of problem. And I'm also going to try to slow down the boss fight. That way I can explain to you exactly how to beat him. Because I know I tend to rush through a few things. And this boss isn't something that I can just explain on the fly. I have to, this is what you need to do, blah, blah, blah. So you're going to head in here. This room's a little tricky. Basically, use your, I want to kill this guy first. Dadgummit. There we go. You have to use your slingshot to kill him sometimes. But use your boomerang to cut that tongue-looking thing, and then use your boomerang to do it again. And I think that's the only time you have to do that this entire dungeon. That's a pain in the butt if you're not quick enough. And like I said, it takes practice. So then you're going to jump onto this little thing, and it slides down, which is another weird thing to do inside of a living being. But I didn't design the game. They did. And, weird dungeons is something that people would talk about. So step on this switch with a box in your hand, like I have. Drop the box, and we are literally 1 room away from the boss. Now, there's really only one thing we need to do here. Okay, scratch that. 2 things. The killing the enemies is optional. I'm just going to go ahead and do it because I want to kind of do this without any interference, and these enemies can be a giant pain in the ass. Alright. Right there is our next Skulltulla, and that's number 29. So we're one away from our next reward, and I think the next reward is actually a piece of heart. It might be the bomb choose, I'm not really sure. But you're gonna stand over this way, and you got a Z target or L target if you're playing on the GameCube or the DS. The little tentacle tonsil thing, whatever we're calling it, and enter the door that just opened. And if you're not sure which one it is, it's the one marked by a skull on your map. And now we are ready for the boss fight. Like I said, this is a very quick dungeon. The next one, however, will not be. Now this one's the Baronade. And this one's really... It's really challenging for a young Link boss. Like, Goma was easy, she was a piece of cake. Dodongo was easy, he was a piece of cake. This one, not so much. So what you're going to do, make sure you have your Boomerang equipped. You want to target every one of her little tentacle-looking things. And there's 4 of them, I believe, maybe just 3. But yeah, there's just 3. You want to target all 3 of them. And now, she's going to be swinging these little jellyfish at you. You definitely cannot get hit by them like I did, or else they'll hurt you. They also will deflect your Boomerang. So you have to as soon as you get the chance to kill some of her little jellyfish, do it, because they will become a hindrance later on. Or if you can attack the Baronade itself, you'll be good to go. And you're basically going to be doing that the entire rest of the boss fight. Except for right here, you can't attack her. Always try to keep moving, because the boss has the ability to, fire, I guess, electricity at you. I'm not really sure. I would assume it's the same kind of energy that is in a jellyfish sting. I'm not really a biology person, so I wouldn't know. Only bad thing about this is you have to constantly keep adjusting your camera. Eventually, the boss will stop spinning around, and you'll be able to just kill the jellyfish that way. Now's the final form. You just want to jump slash it as many times as you can. And like I said, keep moving, or else she's going to hit you with these little things. I don't know why I keep calling it a she. I don't really know if it's got a sex or not. As soon as she starts moving again, hit her with the Boomerang and just start slashing again. And I think it takes about 3 iterations of all this. There we go. So 5 jump slashes should do it. And then she'll viciously explode. And then you collect the heart container that the boss leaves behind. And then, as always, we step into the portal. Oh, hey, look, there's somebody in there. It's Princess Ruta, who decided to go running off. You were lonely. Uh-huh. Okay. Out of all the sages, though, I think she's one of my least favorite. Just because she has this thing for you. And I'm a fish. And I don't... The fact that she likes to hit on Link, which you're about to find out, not really my thing. I'm not into fish. I'd rather have a human. Which maybe that's where she is. She doesn't like fish, so she wants a human. I don't know. Got some weird sex fetishes going on in this game. Cooler than I thought you would anyways, huh? What do I wish? Tell me. I'm gonna be honest. I want the fucking stone that you promised me. Well, I don't know if she promised me at all, but I think I deserve it. I saved you. Only give it to the man who will be my husband. What the fuck? Absolutely not gonna happen. No way. Hell no. I am not marrying you. I think she's gonna give it to me. That means I'm engaged to a fucking fish. Perfect. I knew they call me fish food, but I don't want to fucking marry no goddamn fish. I didn't agree to this. I never agreed to this when I agreed to do this walkthrough video. I want to speak to my lawyer. No, we're not having. No, there's no way in hell we're having kids. No, but in all seriousness, you guys, we beaten the third dungeon. We now have Zora Sapphire, and in all honesty, we're ready to go save the world because that's what Princess Zelda said she could do if I get all three of them. But there's still plenty of game to go, and there's so much more we can do. Well, that's the end of this video. And my name is Fish Food, and this has been a Bottom of the Map production.